you serious? Welcome guys to the first episode of Are You Serious, which is my Pokemon Showdown Are You Battling series. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have uphill battles and downhill battles. We'll battle sideways and upside down, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. Sometimes it will be post-com, and other times
we'll do it live!
But no matter what, we're going to have some fun, and we're going to hop into RU battles. So before we go any further, this one is a post-com, and we're just going to get straight into it. Alright guys, so before we start talking about my opponent's team and the battle itself, I just want to go over with you my team a little bit. I was just trying some stuff out, trying to make a good RU team, and this one's putting in work. It's not perfect, but you know, it does its stuff. So, I'm going to tell you about kind of each of the sets that I'm running on each of my Pokemon, so that way you kind of understand what I'm doing in the match in case I skip it. So, first off, we have the Delphox that I am super proud of coming up with. I don't know if anyone else has tried this, but it's been working pretty well for me. It is a timid nature. It is focused on attack. However, so I think it has Psychic or Psyshock, Shadow Ball, something else, and Switcheroo. It has Switcheroo because I have it holding a Flame Orb, which can work really well if you predict a physical attacker to come in, which, since Delphox has a pretty high special defense, someone should bring in a physical attacker. So it's really cool to try and switch a Flame Orb onto that. And also, it can be useful for taking away leftovers from bulky Pokemon and just taking away an item from something else in general. The Drapion is a Scope Lens set, Scope Lens Sniper set, and it has moves that inflict, has a high chance of critical hit like Night Slash and Cross Poison, as well as some other moves, and it also has Swords Dance, so it can set up and be a late game sweeper. Sableye is pretty generic, standard set, physically defensive, max physical defense. I think it has Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Foul Play, and Recover, something like that. The Heliolisk is Assault Vest. I'm trying it out. I'm not sure how much I like it too much, but it definitely does work, and you'll see it this match because it has a pretty decent base special defense. However, it is not invested in defense. It is max speed, max special attack, timid nature, I believe. The Golbat is an Eviolite Golbat, max special defense, and it has Defog, Roost, U-Turn, and Toxic, I believe. And then last but not least is the Dragalge, which I actually maxed out in physical defense to make it kind of an all-around defensive Pokemon, and it has Toxic Spikes on it, which can be really useful, as well as I think it has Scald, Dragon Pulse, and something else. So that's what I'm rocking, and for a bonus for you guys, I nicknamed all my Pokemon. I took the time to nickname them. That way they weren't just, you know, boring Pokemon, give them a little bit of personality. So, without further ado, let's hop into this battle. Alright, so I start out with the safe lead in Dazzle, as he starts off with a pure Ugly. It is Ugly, so I decided to Will-O-Wisp it, because I think it does physical attack. So he does a U-turn and goes out to his Magmortar, and I decided to switch out. I'm going into Nightwing, because I know he can take a special hit, and he overheats. So I'm going to take this opportunity to Toxic whatever comes in, because I knew he was switching out, and then I decided to switch out because I'm not trying to take a hit from an Archeops. Dazzle lives the Stone Edge, but not as well as I would have liked him to, so I'm just going to recover and hope he misses the next one, but he doesn't, and Dazzle goes down pretty quickly, which I was not super happy about, so I sent in Aquaria to take him on, and then just Scald whatever's going to try and come in. I decided to stay in, thinking that's pure Ugly, cannot really do much to me, and he does put me to sleep, but that doesn't turn out to be a big deal. So he brings in the Archeops again. I decided to stay in, but he has the Earthquake and brings me down to damage, but I do get a Scald off, and the toxic damage is going to kill the Archeops. So he brings in his Jinx, and I decide to let Aquaria just die. He did his work, and I bring in Psy Cooper, and I just decided to go to the Flamethrower, figuring it would do damage to pretty much anything that came in, except for the Lantern, which comes in now. I decided to put the Flame Orb onto the Lantern just because I didn't think Lantern had a good recovery option, which I am kind of wrong about, you'll see. But then I switch him out to Nightwing because I know that he's going to to live any special hit, and this Golbat can definitely outstall pretty much anything. The Volt Switch didn't do much because Roost, gets rid of your flying typing for the rest of that turn there. I switch out into Geico here because I know he can take special hits, and then I just Volt Switch to get rid of the substitute and bring in something else. Cooper comes in. Focus Blast isn't going to do much, but he does get the special defense drop. I don't think that matters very much because I don't think I stay in. Oh, yes, I do. I go for the Shadow Ball just to get off some damage or whatever comes in. I decide to switch now and go into the Heliolisk, and he rests. He does recover, and I don't have a lot of moves that can bring it down quickly. But he's going to Volt Switch out because of Sleep Talk. And I Dragon Tail just because I wanted him out, but I just bring the Lantern right back in. I then Surf just to make sure that he didn't have Water Absorb. The Sleep Talk makes him Scald me and brings me to full health, which was pretty funny. And then he just Volt Switches again. And this time, he overheats, which at this point, and that's what I figured out, that he was Scarfed because there's no way that he would be able to outspeed me otherwise. So then I switch into Golbat knowing that he was choiced into Overheat. And then I decide to get off a free Roost. And I believe I go for another one, actually. Yeah, I go for another one as he does attack me, does a Volt Switch, not doing much. Same thing, got rid of my flying type. I know I can take one hit from the Jinx, so I decided to take it and get a U-turn off, knowing that would do some damage. And then I bring in Cooper again, which is my main counter to Jinx. Then I decided to make a double switch, expecting the Lantern, and I was right, knowing that I can outstall this Lantern. So I Roost up as he rests up, and it just becomes a battle of us recovering health. I Roost up, and he Volt Switches, which has been just keeps happening. It's just like a circle. But he goes out to the Jinx, and I get to live another Ice Beam, and U-turn out, and that's going to kill the Jinx. And so I'm going to bring in Geico to go against, because I know it can outspeed almost anything, except for this Magmortar. But he choices himself into Overheat again, and I take this time to bring in Bunby to late game sweep. Set up a Swords Dance, and he can outspeed everything except for that Magmortar again. But you'll see the Cross Poison takes out the Executor. I decided to go for another Swords Dance to make sure it'll take out the Lantern. And he doesn't get to do a move to me. Cross Poison will kill it. I don't know if the crit mattered. And as long as I can live a hit, I win. I do live the hit, and I win. So that was a nice battle. Alright guys, so let me know how you like this battle and how you like this new series as a whole. I am hyped to be bringing it to you, and there will definitely be more. Let me know any suggestions on how to improve my team, what you would like to see, and I will definitely try it out. And also let me know which nickname was your favorite. Let me know that in the comment section below. And if you want to be on this series as my opponent, challenge me to an RU match, definitely do that. Definitely do that. I'll accept any challenges, and if it's a good match, I will get it up on this series. But until next time, guys, this whole RU tier is going to have us all asking, are you serious?